All right. Welcome to Meet the Community. Today we have Chaz Wilson, Syndamacate homie. What's up, dude? How are
Yeah,
you?
no. How's it going?
Very good. I just got out of eating out at a wings place. Had a couple beers, so kind of chilling out. Kids watching. I think One Piece with the wife right now. So he's loving life.
That's what's up,
Hell
dude.
yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So we decided for Meet the Community, we wanted to have some basic questions to kind of ask everybody. I figured that'd be the easiest way to like keep consistent questions, but then let everybody kind of have their own perspective answers. Um, so I'll go ahead and kick it right off. Or if you want to, actually, you can go ahead and kind of introduce yourself a little bit. Maybe how long you've been playing Dama, like when you started, where you're from, anything you want to tell us.
Uh, Chaz Wilson, obviously. I'm gonna be 36 here in 7 days on the 22nd, and I'm in Pennsylvania, kind of by Pittsburgh,
Dope.
and just been playing Dama for 2 years, 2.5 years about now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, fourth person to hit the quad tray, dude.
Yeah.
Quad lunar tray. Let's go. All right. The first question. Um, what was the first moment you remember when kendama stopped being just a toy and became a skill, a discipline, or even like a form of expression?
Uh, I think once I finally started to figure out like stalling. I think the wing stall was a big one for me. And yeah, at first I wasn't really about it. Like I got one, played with it for a day or two, and then it sat for a month. And then I found one of the Target ones,
Yeah.
and it was way better. And I think I grinded out around Europe, and once I got that, that was kind of like the first real grind, and just fell in love with it from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's dope. Yeah, I kind of had something kind of similar where I think I was in college, and then I had a friend who was in high school. Like I had like just gone off to college. I had a friend who was in high school at a church group I like played drums for. Um, and yeah, he showed up to church one day. He's like, "Bro, you ever seen this thing, dude? Look at this watch." He's like doing big cup, big cup spike or whatever. I'm like, what is happening? And then yeah, I didn't think about it again for probably close to 10 years. And then yeah, like I said, I seen a uh, an advertisement for sweets, and I was like, this is incredible. I was like, dude, he's juggling and tapping and doing like, what's a lunar? What's all this stuff? It's so crazy. Like, yeah.
It is. It's wild, man.
Yeah, it's so dope. And again, that kind of first exposure definitely like blows your mind because you're like, dude, what? You could do more than just like the cups and the spike or whatever, you know? Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so all right, here you go. If you had to describe your relationship with kendama using one trick, which trick would it be, and why does that trick represent you? I think maybe maybe tray flips, dude.
Yeah. Uh, tray flips are big. It's probably fish special though, just because you got to put the work in, and when you finally get it, there's just no other trick that kind of feels like that. And that's like how I'm a grinder. I've always been a grinder. When I was younger, I liked skateboard and ride bikes and all that, and took it to the extreme, kind of like I do now with kendama.
Hell yeah, yeah, that's
But
badass.
yeah, fish is one of them tricks that's just like if you want it, you gotta just put that time into it. I'm all about putting the time into it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel that. Dope. Okay. Every kendama player has a wall trick that feels impossible until it suddenly clicks. What trick challenged you the most, and what did overcoming it teach you?
Uh, the tapping for
Tapping.
sure. Yeah, yeah, every step of the way from one, two, and three. Just they feel impossible at first, and then you start to like kind of figure it out, maybe land in like Sarah Spike or get lucky with a yank down or something. But each step of the way, man, it's just been probably the worst grind. This pinching stuff too has been pretty rough.
Dude, you've been grinding that pinched bird, dude. I know you've been.
It's driving me nuts, dude.
This is so awesome though. Every day when you're posting tricks, you're like, or are you and Sully like +1 or whatever? I'm like, dude, this is crazy. This is so fun, dude. That's awesome though. All right, let's see. When you're learning a new trick, what matters more? Like the final spike and like making it, the process of failure and repetition, or the feeling of like discovering a new trick or discovering something different.
Just the trial and error of it all, I
Yeah.
guess. Um, I like talk to myself in my head a lot, and like I'm not like just doing it and then messing around. Like I'm repetitively bang after bang after bang, move here, do this, do that, and in the end, I want it to look like I've done it a million times, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But most of the time when I post stuff, it's the first time I've done it.
Sure.
And just every part kind of matters.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely talk to myself too when I'm in the middle of doing a trick, and yeah, kind of being intentional with like the, oh, okay, like I waited a little bit longer, like okay, that kind of worked, or like, oh, okay, I was able to track the bevel better, like shit like that. I feel like definitely with Kim too. We know Kim. He's like, that wasn't clean. Even if we're like, dude,
Yeah.
I got it. What do you mean? He's like, not clean.
Yeah, he's a big push on why I'm like that.
Yeah, yeah, he's really good, dude. He's really cool. Let's see. Kendama has a balance between precision and creativity. So how do you decide when to master a classic trick or when to kind of create your own variation or like make a spin on it maybe?
Kind of in that between phase right now. Kind of like grinded condominomics from the start, and it kind of locked me in this like single trick type thing. And so my creativity is kind of blowing right now, but I'm
Mm.
trying to break out of that and mix things up. But yeah, the precision and creativity thing is still working on it, I guess. I'm
I feel
not
it.
the best at it, yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, you and Sully definitely are the explorers. I feel like of our group. You're like, I want to do one of everything. You're
Yeah, yeah.
like,
But it does it comes with that price for sure.
yeah.
Like I'm not consistent at anything, honestly.
Let's see. Okay, if you could watch the journey of your younger self learning kendama for the first time, what advice would you give them before they attempted their first like big challenge or their first like big trick, like stepping up to something totally different level?
To just chill out and like tomorrow's always there, and you don't have to like everything you've learned the day before is built into the muscle memory for the next day, I guess. So like everything doesn't have to be done in a day, in an hour. Like you have more time. You
Yeah,
don't have to rush it, basically. Yeah.
yeah, that's really good, dude. That's really good. Yeah, I feel like that is kind of a good piece of advice because I even feel kind of the same way. I'm like, I kept telling myself, I'm like, God, being a dad is so hard, and then having to play kendama in the in between. You're like, dude, when do I have time? I don't have any time. You're like,
Oh, it's rough.
yeah, you're like, when am I supposed to learn new tricks? What? I got woodwork to do, or I gotta go take the kid to baseball practice or whatever. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Let's see. Every kendama trick it has rhythm, timing, and flow. What do you think separates someone who can just perform tricks from from someone who truly understands like the art of kendama?
Time.
Time.
Yeah, just you can tell who's put the time in and has just got that stuff in the bag. And then I mean some people can probably get away with it, but you could just tell somebody who's had 10 years in is just a master at it. Like, it's unbelievable how some people can, like, even as far as I've gotten, just the stuff I see other like pros and just people way better than me do is kind of still unbelievable. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, dude. I don't know if you saw that that post from Christian Frazier. He was talking about how he's like the pro level tricks have gotten to such a high level, and it like keeps getting higher and higher, that he's like an OG like me. He's like, bro, I can't hang. He's like,
Right.
there gets to a point to where he's like, I don't have time. I don't have chance to like grow more. You know, he's like, I can do hard tricks, but like I can do hard tricks from like 5 years ago, right? You know, he's like, 5 years later, people are like I said in the comments, I'm like double goon, double regoon, like double pinch, double. You know, I'm like, dude, it just yeah, and it just keeps growing, right? So I kind of agree. It definitely gets into that thing where you're like, yeah, maybe we should make a 30 and over bracket, or maybe there should be some sort of standard of like, um, again, even like the kente testing or something like that, right? Like, and I mean, I know for a lot of people, obviously, we kind of push to like we want to be better, we want to grow, we want to get to the next level or whatever, we want to get to the next, you know, next competition level, right? But in the next bracket, if you will. But at the same time, there is kind of like a certain level of, yeah, I'm not gonna go learn triple goon, dude. I'm just not, right? I mean, it's like I'm sure somebody will, right? But at a certain point, it does get to the point where you're like, yeah, these tricks are surpassing what even somebody, yeah, like Nick Stodd, like Frazier, like Cam Herrera, like people like that, right? It's like you're getting to the point to where like they're working real jobs and having real lives, right? And like they don't have time to just grind kendama 8 hours a day like Edwin used to do, you know, shit like that. So I think we are kind of getting to that level where, yeah, we need like a 30 and over bracket, or uh like a semi pro or something almost level, right?
Yeah.
Where you can have like OG pro level or something kind of like that, right? Yeah.
Just a step in between am and pro, the way they have, because like that Nako list, there's one trick on there. It's like double cloud bounce, two tap, something.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, how many people are gonna actually hit that?
Well, inconsistent. Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Is like
yeah,
it's one thing to go like, okay, I can hit it 1 out of 20 tries or something, right? But like, can you hit it 3 times in a row?
yeah. That's crazy. Cloud bouncing two times in the tap, straight
Yeah.
in the taps, is ridiculous.
Yeah, even Josh Kim was being like, I was crying trying to finish this list. That's hilarious. All right, kendama can be a very individual practice, but it also creates our community. So, what moment with another player or within the community maybe has stayed with you the most? Like, what kind of maybe meant the most to you?
When I first started, I like made an Instagram and got on FKC and everything, and like when you first start, you don't know anything or anybody, so you kind of feel like outcasted. That's how I felt, at least.
Sure.
There's nobody around here, so
Yeah.
like I felt like I had to kind of prove myself a little bit to get somewhere in, I guess.
Mm.
And then found the Dom and Dads group on Facebook,
Yeah,
which led me
dude.
to Steve and Kim. And dude, if it wasn't for Steve, I probably wouldn't have like came as far as I like. He's drugged me with him everywhere. And shout out Sling Ray, dude.
Shout out HR.
He's the best, man.
Human resources, dude. Let's go.
Right.
That's our boy. Yeah, dude. Steven is so positive. I'm gonna kind of brag on Steven. I think it was I don't know, maybe it was like a year ago or earlier this year. I don't know. Sometime semi recently, within the past year, I had this moment where I was talking to my wife and I was like, "Man, I have this one friend from Syndamacate. He's like so positive all the time. Like he's just like so nice and so like grateful, you know." And I'm like, I just don't really understand him. Like I feel like I'm kind of failing in that department cuz I'm like getting mad at myself for not being able to hit tricks, or like getting mad at my kids for acting crazy, or like, you know, do like, right, just the regular life stuff. And so she was like, you should just ask him, like he, like, you know, if you're cool with him, like, yeah, just ask him, what makes you so grateful, or like what makes you so happy. And yeah, he really was. He's like, dude, it is just gratitude. It is just like, it is just kind of the understanding that like tomorrow isn't promised. You work hard to have a good life and provide for your kids and family, and like you do all the things you can to continue your life as well, right? And like for you to have fun. So yeah, it was really really cool. It was really nice. It was cool to hear that from Steven. I appreciated it, man.
Yeah, dude, he's great, man.
Yeah, he's the best, bro. All right, and the last question. When you imagine the future of kendama, here's a good one. When you imagine the future of kendama, what trick style or movement do you hope the next generation of players will create that maybe nobody has seen before?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or maybe even like again the exploration. Like, what do you think you want to see people like grow more on?
Like the Jacob Lowe style, like the pinch loop cloud tech he does
That does seem
is
to be
insane.
growing. Yeah,
And I mean, I'm still kind of so new to it. I'm sure there's so much I still don't even know about. But like that style of tricks he does is just, he seems to be like one of the only people doing it. Or I found that Mr. Flocks or
yeah,
Flocks, dude, he's nuts.
yeah,
But those like weird techie tricks,
yeah,
Jake Bishop tricks, stuff with people like that, just the techie little Chris Bosh quick bangers
yeah,
are always sick.
yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanna say? Anything? Anyone you wanna shout out? Anything you wanna tell us?
Shout out Syndamacate. Shout out uh, Miguel, Casey, Danny from Locked. All those dudes have been pushing me from the gate. Yeah, no.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out Naughty Bevel for having me on for sure.
Of course, dude. Of course,
I appreciate it.
dude. Yeah, you're getting kind of tight with locked. So I think I keep predicting that we're gonna get the seasonal team that Danny kept kind of mentioning and talking about and kind of did in the beginning, where he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to do like seasonal teams," and I'm like, that actually really makes sense because, not only then can you kind of pick and choose players that maybe you want to keep on for second season or like keep them on for longer, kind of let them prove themselves a little bit more, right? Um, but it reminds me of like the those old reality shows like Making of the Band, or like shows like that, right? Where it's like, yeah, you gotta step up and sing this song, or like you gotta step up and do these tricks, right? Like, and that I think is a it's a really creative idea to have a team like that, even if there's like the pro level team, and then yeah maybe like seasonal teams underneath that are kind of more like the street team, right?
Yeah.
That you can kind of have more interchanging parts, or like, oh, we're gonna take this person off, this person wants to leave, we're gonna add this person or add two more people, or like, you know because Sweets and everybody was doing that for a while, where they had like that street team, where they had like the extra side sponsored people, that weren't really like pro level people, but still like really stood out, and that everybody was like, oh, I know Boo Johnson, oh, I know this person, oh, okay, like, oh, I know Reed Stark, right, like from BMX, oh, okay, and like that kind of brings more people in too. So
Yeah.
I think doing something seasonal like that is kind of smart. And yeah, like I said, I keep predicting the future. So I think Chaz goes to locked if given the chance.
I'm nowhere near that level yet.
Uh, it would be awesome to see, because I think, like, again, even with that seasonal team, you're not maybe even needing them or using them so much for competitions necessarily. Like that, I think would be like the pro level, right? You want those people to be consistent, versus like the street team and stuff would be more so for edits, or again for like the expression, the showing this style and kind of growing kendama, showing it off to new people, versus just like, oh, I can hit three tap every single time, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can hit 1 2 3 lighthouse every single time, yeah, stuff like that, right? um I think it is a really good idea, and like I said in the chat earlier when we were all talking, and I was talking crazy. It's like we saw the Romania boom. It is gonna go to well, it's gone through Japan. Japan's already starting to run up to Hawaii, like I said, and then I think it's gonna start taking over America again. Because it
I
made,
hope, man.
dude, it made. I mean, we saw it was on the news in Hawaii, dude. It made it like a national news station in Hawaii.
That's
or
awesome.
whatever, you know, full statewide. So that's cool. And like, yeah, we're seeing it all over Japan. Obviously, all it's starting to creep into America. Like I said, I think once it makes it way kind of back to Romania or like back to Europe, I think that's when we'll start seeing like the decline back down, where people will be like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't want to grind. I'm never going to be pro or you know whatever, right? And like, but I do think we'll get to a point where, yeah, people will be like, okay, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. And
Right.
then there'll be people like us who are like, dude, I was never gonna stop. Like I wanted to be here from the beginning.
Oh yeah. We need like a Mr. Beast to pick it up and just push it for a little bit.
Dude, you know, I was just thinking. I mean, again, we have what's his name, X Ramus, right? In like Romania, you know, yeah. If we had somebody like Mr. I mean, maybe not even necessarily Mr. Beast, but somebody that was, um, yeah, like a creator like that, or like an influencer that
We got
really could.
Miguel now at least.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or even like Miguel is kind of that for like, but within our community. But I think if we could get somebody outside of the community to kind of step in, that
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
the next big bump. Which I do suspect that something like that is going to happen because there's another dude that's he's not like super famous, but he has like 10 to 15,000 followers. Like, God, man, I can't remember his name now. Anyways, I keep seeing him posting clips and stuff, and he was like just learning, but he's progressing really fast. You know, I'm like, dude, I'm like, keep going, don't stop, bro. Like, keep doing it, because you could be the person who is gonna like grow your account, and people are gonna be like random people, right? Just normies are gonna be like, dude, what is this thing? What are you doing? How do I do that, right? And that's how we catch a Miguel. That's how we catch a Casey, or that's how we catch like you know Dylan Westra, anybody like that, right? Like Nick Stott,
Yeah.
anybody like that. That's gonna be like, oh, I'm not putting this down. I'm gonna keep playing this forever. Why do I have to stop? You know, it's gonna be some 12-year-old.
Yeah, right. And we had that little pop too on TikTok when Kendomanomics, when like Casey and Rudney and all them were racing to
Yes.
get to the top.
Yeah.
And that brought in a good bit of like I see a lot of new people coming in
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I hope within the next 5
Yeah.
or less years it pops off a little more here.
Yeah. I'm thinking later this year we'll probably see another big bump. Probably in America, especially once school starts. Um, and I think it takes somebody like Sweets. I don't know if Sweets can do it anymore because they've downsized a lot, obviously, over the past
Yeah.
year or so. But again, like we were saying in the chat, you know, we're like, dude, a year ago, Romania was buying everything. There were no Damas to buy at all. You know?
Right.
and then and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, they have like old stock of stuff. You're like, whoa, wait, hold on, okay. And then Chrome, I joke, but Chrome getting that GQ money, baby. Come on, dude.
Right.
Spread some of that wealth, bro. Come on, put it in marketing. You know, yeah, they're doing great. Yeah, there's a lot of companies popping up. So I think we will get to the point where, yeah, it's gonna be not just more popular, but it's gonna be more common. Literally more common, right? Like you're gonna be able to go to any college campus and see people just ripping Dama, and again, random people are gonna be like, "Yo, bro, I didn't know you. What is that thing you're playing with? Well, like, I didn't know you played with that. You're in my math class or whatever, right? Like, oh, what is this thing, right? Like, and oh yeah, dude, it's a kendama. I got, you know, a cheap little one, whatever. You can just have it, you know, because like I left that winter Lotus set up in that little library in the Merida Square over here in Georgia where I live, and I'm sure somebody's gonna find this and be like, what the hell is this thing? Like, what do I do with this, right? So yeah, stuff like that, and I also think having people like Miguel, uh, and Casey and Rudney and all these people kind of collaborating a little bit to be, you know, and using the same format of videos and stuff to grow is going to be another thing that's going to just like exponentially make kendama grow more and more like, around the world, you know, because
Yeah.
dude, you're right, the TikTok boom was kind of crazy, dude.
It was, dude.
It was. I kept seeing stitches or like you know replies or whatever to stuff where people were like, "Has anybody seen this Kadama thing?" You know, and I'm like, "Dude, what?" I'm like, "You live in New Zealand? What?" So wild. That's awesome though, man. Yeah, yeah, it's very cool. Well, dude, it's been great talking to you. I'm super happy to have you as our first guest, and
Thank you.
like I said, hopefully we get everyone else from Syndamacate on here eventually, and we'll have some other guests too to kind of play on with a little bit of get a little different perspective too. So again, I'm trying to get people from around the world plus just kind of everyone around the U.S. as many people as we can because, like I said, we don't just want pros, right? I don't want like as fun as it would be to talk to Casey or like whoever, right? You know, Miguel, anybody like that, you know, Christian Fraser, anybody like that. It's like these people are known. Like everybody kind of knows these people, right? I want the community to kind of get to know people that like you would see at an event and be like, oh wait, you're not a pro, you know, but I know who you are, right? Like that type of thing. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That is a great idea, dude. Honestly, it's pros are great, but the community in all is like the most important part for sure, dude. Like this is a great idea for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and that
I don't know why you chose me to go first, but I'm grateful for it, dude.
because
Thank
we
you.
love you, dude. We love you. You're a ripper. Just like I said before we started, dude. Started over 30. Yeah, you're a ripper. You're a grinder. I think you're somebody that a lot of people kind of look up to almost. Or again, like when we see you post a trick, we're like, oh, dude, he did this. Oh, he did it. He did the quad tray. Oh my god, I bet I could do it now, right? Because it's like again, you're a normal guy, right? You're not some person
Yeah,
that we're all like, oh, he's on this pedestal. Oh my gosh, like you know. You're just like, oh, it's Chaz, dude. That's my friend. Like, oh, I know him. You know,
right.
he's a cool dude. He's chill. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Awesome. All right, let me cut this recording.
Alrighty.
Fuck yeah.